Hi, everyone. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Oyin. My name is Oyin, and on this podcast, we talk about real issues that have to do with parenting, being a teenager, and life as a whole. No perfections, just real conversations with friends and real people living real lives. Today, I am joined with Kelly. Kelly is joining me on this podcast. She's a multi award winning founder, creative director. But first of all, she's a mom. So even though
Mm.
she has such a busy life, her child is the most important thing to her. And I met Kelly um, a few months ago, quite a while actually. It's all more than a year,
Yeah, quite a while, over a year.
over a year. And I
Met
remember
over a year.
the first time we talked, and she asked what I did, and she's like, "Where were you when I was having these issues with my daughter?" And she gave me a brief idea, and I thought, you know what, this woman is so interesting because working with a lot of parents, not too many of them get to the point where Kelly got to. So I'm not going to give much away. I'm just going to ask Kelly to say hi.
Hi, thanks, Oyin. Thanks for having me on this. And it was very good meeting you. And I really like what you're doing because I know a lot of parents out there actually need help. Not only the parents, the
Mm,
children too
yeah.
actually need help.
Mm, mm. You know what I found your when I met with you, what I found interesting is, for me, I have a lot of parents who come to me with their teen and say, "Can you speak to my teenager? Can you speak to my teenager? Because they're causing me to pull my hair out." And everyone has a complaint. Well, not everyone, but a lot of parents have issues with their teenagers. So I'm gonna ask you, like I don't know, what has it been like being a parent to a daughter? How many kids do you have?
I
Just
have
to
just
confirm.
one. Yeah, she's
Just one.
just
How old
mine.
is she?
She's 17.
Okay. So tell me, how raising her, how has it been?
Raising my daughter, I remember that it took me like 4 years before I had her. And
Okay.
before then, I prayed to God. I said, I want a child. I wasn't really particular about the sex. That will be my friend, that will be my brother or my sister, and that will
Mm.
be an exemplary child. And I
Okay.
know that every time I pray, I don't lose that particular code that God, I want an exemplary child. A child that every parent will say, why are you not like Adure? Can you be like Aduri? So I needed an exemplary child. We started off from Nigeria. We had a wonderful life. I mean, we're more like best of friends. Best of friends. She's a lovely girl, honestly. She's actually an exemplary child because a lot of people will be like, oh, I want my child to be like Aduri. I want my child to be like Aduri. But I know that one good thing I did, apart from God factor, I'm sorry, I will say God factor because I'm a Christian. Apart from God factor, I know that I have very close relationship with her. I more like know almost everything about her. She knows everything about me. I don't lock my phone. Even when you use the face ID, her face opens my phone. That shows
Wow.
how close we are. So even if I put a password, it's just for her to put in her face and her face will open my phone. Her face will open all my bank app and all that. That shows how close we are and we do stuffs together. What really shocked me was, when we met, and I just opened up to you because I feel that there was really nothing to hide. We had
Mm.
it back in Nigeria. She was in boarding school, even though she didn't like it, but at a point, she started enjoying it. We have our issues really, but I mean, just try to resolve it. But the truth is that we were just besties. When I mean
Mm.
best, I call her my sugar pie. She's just my sugar
Mm.
pie. But moving into the UK like almost 4 years ago, the first year was still fantastic, the way it
Mm.
used to be in Nigeria. But after the first year, I noticed everything dropped. When I mean everything, my relationship with her grades in school, her manners. She became
Wow.
so rude. She started challenging me. I mean, she would look into my face and tell me, what would you do? The worst you can do is to hit me. She'd be like, hit me, hit me. That's all you can do.
Wow.
I was like, no, this is not my daughter. This can't be my daughter. This is not my daughter. I
Wow.
know a lot of time I cry. When I mean cry, I will cry. She will see me cry, she'll just walk away. This is someone who knows when mommy is worried. I'm like, Mom, you are worried. I'll be like, no. You say, Mom, I know you. You are worried. What's the problem? Come, baby. Come and talk to
Oh.
me. We're that close. Things were really bad. Oyin, When I mean things were really bad, things were really bad. And she would tell me, Mom, please, I want to go back to Nigeria. I don't want to stay with you anymore. I want to go. Get me a ticket. I want to go. So she's not one of those childs that you would threaten with taking them back home. She's ready to go. So I started off with her education, because her education dropped. When I mean drop from 100 to 0 or even -0, I got extra lessons. I paid heavily. I was doing 700, 800 every month for extra classes. 5 subjects, and the pay per hour, I was paying £45 per hour, calculated all the subjects. That didn't change. There was a day my daughter told me, what if I don't want to be a good girl? That broke me. In fact, I called a friend of mine in Nigeria to speak with her. She wasn't ready to talk to anyone. She said, what if I don't want to be a good girl? What if? What are you going to do?
How old was she then?
She was 15. So year 15, 16 was a terrible year for me. We came in 13, 14 was good, but 15, 16 those 2 years were terrible. They were terrible. I would cry, I would pray, I would speak to her. You're speaking to her is like, when you're done, let me know. And she'll just walk away. But I think I can't really explain how the turnaround became, but I knew that there was a day she spoke to me. She said, Mom, you tell me not to do this, but you are doing it. So who is the bad person here? You are the bad person. You prefer on my knees. You play with my knees and you come, you harass me. She started mentioning. So when she started talking, you understand? Then I sat back and I started thinking. I said, oh, really? And let me not also lose this. When I got to the point where I just told myself, I said, you know what, God, if this is it, I don't know what I've done for you to give me this punishment, then I spoke with the lesson. Then I had to open up to one of the lesson teachers, a guy. The guy said, oh, Kelly, I'm a counselor. If you don't mind, I know what you're going through. If you don't mind, for 0 fee, let's come for consultation. I told my daughter. She said she wasn't interested. Then the guy now called her and we went for this session. I had my session first. Then she had her session. Her session was almost 2 hours. My session was 1 hour. Hers was 2 hours. By the time the session was done with her, the man called me and said, Kelly, I'll need to see you another day, not today. The man said, you are the problem.
Ew.
Your daughter has 0 problem, honestly. That usually my sessions are 1 hour. I had 2 hours with her. He said, you had a problem. So you need to start working on yourself. I said, but I said, Kelly, I'm telling you, you are losing that girl and you are going to lose her. If you don't work on yourself this period. In fact, more like, I don't want to tell you you've lost her. You have lost her. You had a problem. Your daughter has no problem.
Wow.
At that point, I broke down. He said, now I'm going to work on you. I have nothing to do with your daughter. Nothing. I'm going to work on you. Then he started working on me. We started this step. And that was a turnaround.
Oh my.
That was my turnaround point. So I thought my daughter had a problem. I didn't know I was the problem. I didn't know I was killing her. I was eating her up. I didn't know everything that was happening was me. Moving here, I know we have our challenges. It's not so not as rosy as it used to be. You have to juggle a lot of things. You are the mom, you are the cleaner, you are the driver, you are the you are the everything. Unlike also trying to grow a business, so you're trying to make a new life, a new environment, new culture, trying to grow the business, trying to ensure that she's fine and all that. And he asked me, he said, how often do you guys go out together? Before you travel together. I said, but we've traveled once after we came. He said, once. In Nigeria, I used to travel 3, 4 times. In Nigeria, you eat together. You cook together. In Nigeria, when she's back from school, you sit with her, you chat with her, you ask her, all those things don't happen anymore. By the time it started, and I sat back and I looked back and I knew, I agreed with him that I was the problem. Then what did I do? I started working on myself. I started working on my relationship with her. I started being open, started asking all the questions. We started going out. We started gisting again. We started watching movies together again. I don't allow her cook. Now I allow her cook. I don't invite her to kitchen. I don't, she said a lot of things. Then I started working on myself. Now her grades have increased. Her grades are better now. Now she's going back to competition, winning competition for her school again. So all those things she used to do back, everything is now coming back. Why? Because I seek for help. if I had not seek for, I opened up, because there's one thing about seeking for help, one thing, and another thing about opening up. I opened up and I seek for help.
I asked,
Okay.
13, 14, when you guys arrived, you said things were okay. When did you, yes, you said it started 15, 16. What were the first things you started noticing about her being different? And
The
what do you
first,
think, based on what you know now, what
Mhm.
do you think changed? What are the things that you think changed that might have triggered that change in her?
One thing I could notice is we spend less time together because I became very busy,
Okay.
wanting to grow something for myself again here. I mean,
Okay.
I've always been busy in Nigeria, but because I delegate, I had staff, you know,
Yeah.
I had people working with me. I had my driver, I had my PA, I had and all that. But now I noticed that I'm all in all. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, you wear so many caps.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for me to employ labor here. I mean, it's very expensive. I couldn't afford it. So I do quite a number of things myself. So I noticed that the quality time we used to have together, we didn't have it anymore. We used to do our Sunday cooking together. There was no even Sunday. Even church, we don't even go to church anymore. You know, she would ask me, Mommy, are we going to church? I'll be like, I'm tired, I need to sleep. Go do online. So that communication wasn't there. That togetherness wasn't there anymore. I mean, she used to come, when she come back from school, even though I'm not science oriented, I'll just use, you know, like, okay, how was school today? Can I see your grades? Can I see this? Can I see this? Those things were not there anymore. Outing, of course, we don't go out anymore, you know. Then she also said I preferred her nieces, I mean her cousins to her, who are my nieces that I play with them. But when I come to her, I'm always harassing and shouting and, you know, yelling at her that I love them more than her. So I can as well adopt them as my daughter. So, you know, there was serious gap, which I didn't notice until I had to go back and reflect and started thinking back.
But initially you thought, what is wrong with this child? How did you, okay, I was about to say, how did you miss that? But you said you were so busy. You're
Yeah, I was
busy.
trying to build a life for us. I thought I was
Yeah.
trying to build a life for us. Meanwhile, I was losing the life, the most important thing, you know, that I had.
I love, you know what? I love what you just said. I love what you just said. You were doing all this because you wanted to build a life. You wanted to provide. You wanted to give her everything. But what you thought she needed was not what she really needed, was
That's
it?
all. She would tell me, I don't care. I don't need all this. Sometimes when I tell her that I'm building a business for us, you're like, that's your cup of tea, mommy. I'm not interested. She would tell you, I'm not interested. All I want is you. I want you. I want us.
What you just said, Kelly, is so deep. Honestly, it is so, and I think especially when our kids get to those years that you just mentioned, the teenage years are so critical. They're so crucial because, and I'd love to find out, and I'm hoping that one day we can do this with your daughter. Because I'd love to, and I think she might have been navigating things in that time that you were not even present to help her through. So she had the frustration of that, the frustration of the person that she could talk to and open up to was not available. She had challenges there. And at home, she's having the same things. And it just was everything was just together. And I say the teenage years are the trickiest years for kids because they're not kids and they're not adults. They're navigating so much. And all they need is someone that's present to help them through it. But we as parents, we're busy. We're busy doing things that we think are the most important things because we want to provide for our kids. But that's the time when our children need us the most. And then you find that you have children that are rebelling, children that we're all complaining about. They're not this, and that. And we conclude our children are the problem. Our children are the problem. So when they told you are the problem, and I know you said how, you could have easily said, what do they know? Can I ask, the counselor that you spoke to, are they Scottish? Are they mixed race? What nationality are they?
He's a Nigerian.
He's a Nigerian.
He's a Nigerian.
Okay. And I think I was going to say, when the person spoke to you, would you have said, you don't understand our culture and you don't get it? But now you say the person was Nigerian. What was the person saying? Because if he's Nigerian, I'm guessing he would have probably encountered a few Nigerian parents in this situation? Did he make reference to how common this scenario is?
Yeah, he did. And he equally gave me an example of his daughter.
Okay.
That his daughter, that in his own case, his daughter was the problem. And when the child is the problem, it's even more difficult. It's more difficult to address that in his own case, his daughter was the problem, that he practically lost the girl. But somehow, himself and the wife, they had to work on them to try and bring, the daughter back. And now, lovely girl.
So they worked on themselves.
They worked on themselves to help the girl. But as in my own case, I was the problem, not my daughter.
Yeah.
And he said it's even easier when the parents is the problem, because you can easily, is an adult, you can easily say, okay, don't do this anymore, don't do that anymore, take this step. And as against telling the child to take a step or to, it's more difficult.
Yeah.
So he's been there before and he understood. And so it was very easy for him, to actually help me out because he's been there before. And he understands our culture as well. He does understand our culture.
Yeah. And I think for me, the reason I asked that question is I've come across situations where, and I hear it a lot, they don't understand our culture. That's not how we do things in our culture. That's not how we do things in Nigeria. That's not how we do things in Asia. When we were growing up, who has time to have a relationship with a child? My job is to provide. So we always have that mindset. But the reality is the times our children are growing in now, totally different. And another thing is, I say the voices on the outside, you have friends, peer pressure, you have social media. It's so much louder than us as parents. So we can't just be passive about our parenting. We can't be passive. We have to be involved with our children's life. And I like what you said about the counselor. He said it was his child that was the problem. But either way, whether it's the child or it's the parent, the person who needs to do the work is the parent at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We have to do the work. We have to sometimes bend over backwards. We have to humble ourselves. We have to unlearn and learn things. Tell me what your relationship with your daughter is like now.
Oh my God, so sweet. I'll be in trouble if I don't give her good night kiss. I'll be in trouble if I don't kiss her before leaving the house.
At
In fact,
17.
sometimes she'll just allow me go out and she will not call me. Okay, just know that kiss is going to cost you 20 pounds by the time you get back.
Wow.
Yes.
That is so beautiful.
She doesn't let me get into the kitchen. She'll be like, no, mommy, go sit down. I'll take care of you.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm quite fulfilled right now. Even if my bank account is reading zero, with her, I think I'm fulfilled. Honestly, I'm fulfilled.
That is so beautiful. That is beautiful. So I'm going to ask, there'll be people listening to this and say, as in 70-year-old you have to kiss goodnight and kiss when you're that's serious. That's a very serious situation. And that's beautiful. Tell me, so how does one get to that point? Any parent now, and I think most people that would listen to this will probably be people who have teenage kids, right? Because the title would probably attract them. People that maybe seem to have had a strained. So let's start from your strained bit, because what I realize that people don't try and fix things until it's like out of hand. What would you tell people that are listening to you? I'm like, oh my goodness, I would love that kind of relationship with my child. What do you think? What would you say to them?
Firstly, I would say start with open communication. You have to communicate, even if you don't feel like. Communication can be as silly, it can be as naughty. It can also be like, hey girl, wow, you look nice today. Look at you. Oh, I prefer that other lip gloss. No, I don't like this color. Just bring up, something. And because she's a girl, every girl wants to be admired. So before she go out and gets admired, admire her at home. So I try to do that because I know that those were one of the things they also mentioned to me, So admire her, help her with her wardrobe. Oh, are you going out today? What are you wearing today? Let me see. Be like, oh, mommy, stop. Let me just see. Let me see if I can help you. I said, don't worry, I've gone to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not as stylish as I am, So communication. I know that we've really improved on that. Then also building trust. She needs to trust me. There are a lot of things that she said to me, and I know that I've spoken to my sister about it. She heard about it and she wasn't happy about it. So she stopped talking to me. So I apologized and I told her, whatever you tell me will remain, within us. So I tried to also build her trust. Then I also tried to build her confidence because she also lost her confidence. She lost confidence in herself. So I also tried to help build her confidence a lot. The truth is that a hug will not hurt anyone and it does not cost you anything. Even if you don't kiss like we kiss, you understand? She will come in the morning, Mom, I'm off to school. She give me a kiss and she's off. She come back, give me a kiss. So that used to be in the past. In fact, before I leave the house, I think it's a 5 kiss. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in the mouth 5. Back in Nigeria. So now we are back to it again. Even though sometimes I'll just give 1 and I'll run off. Then the day I don't give, she'll say, that kiss you miss is going to cost you 20 pounds. Do you understand? So the communication has now improved. The trust, the confidence as well has also now improved. Then also I try to celebrate her as well, because there was one that I missed when she went for a competition. Because I lost confidence, I lost trust. I was also hurt that I wasn't seeing the child, I have always prayed for. I wasn't seeing it in her. So there's this time she was telling me that, oh, Mom, there's this competition I entered for in school. I wasn't really listening. I heard her, but when you really want to listen, oh, really, what's it about? I didn't do all that. Oh, Mom, are you going to drop me? Actually, I'm sorry, please just take a bus or take a taxi. Use the car, take a taxi. Then the next thing I saw was my sister-in-law sending me, a photo. Is this not Adure? Like, oh my God. Honestly, I don't think I've forgiven myself, even till date. Because I didn't follow through. I didn't believe in her. And that was also my turning point again, because I just kept having different turning points. The truth is that it's not easy on me to just say, oh, we're back together. I want her trust. She needs to win my trust. I want her confidence. She also needs to win my confidence. Until I started seeing the whole of LinkedIn, Facebook, my daughter all over. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, Mommy, I told you didn't believe in me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I told you I've taken a new leaf. I've told you I would change. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So we just started coming back, gradually. And she too started coming back again. Her school work, entering into competition, representing her school, winning an award for her school and herself. So the truth is, we just need to try, take that extra step. I know we all want to make money. We want to live a good life. What is a good life without my daughter? She's all that I have. What is a good life without her? Why will I be winning and I'm high up there and I look back and my daughter is on the floor? That is a total loss for me. But when we are winning together, yesterday she called me. She said, oh, Mommy, another admission. I'm like, oh my God, we're winning together. She said, yes, Mommy, we're winning together. So I'm winning in my part. She's also winning in her part. So I would say communication, building trust, confidence. And the truth is, when you start hugging, because I watch a lot of therapies as well. There's this one currently going on, blue therapy. I watch a lot of therapy. And the lady said, just a hug. It changes everything. I know African parents, our culture and all that. We are not used to it, but we can try. Now we are here. Let's try, because it's different raising back home. It's a community that raise a child. But here, you're your
Yeah,
own
all the
one-on-one.
community that
They are all
they
the
have.
community. So you just have to try. If you can't move to a hug, it can be just a handshake, a high five. Hey, high five, guy. High five. It starts from there. From high five into hug as well. There's also this program as well on, I think, TikTok or WhatsApp. They say, give your dad a prank kiss. Some of them, the parents will start crying. Oh my God, he gave me a kiss. Oh my God, he gave me a hug. There is nobody that will say no to a hug. Nobody will say no to a kiss. Nobody will say no to, oh, love you, boy. I watch those things and they're like, He told me, love me. That's parents, between parents and their kids. Those little words, love you. Oh, you look great. You look beautiful. Oh my God, I love your top. Those little things, they need it. It makes their day.
That is so amazing. That's amazing. You're right.
I mean, just find what works for you. If what works for you is a high five, if what works for you is a hug, if what works for you is, beautiful compliment, just compliment them. You look great. You look good. Oh, I love your shoe. Just find out what works for you. Then from there, you start improving it.
Yeah.
And start going deeper.
I think everything, there's no one that doesn't love a compliment. There's no one that doesn't love to be seen.
Yeah, true.
Our kids want to be seen by us. They want to be celebrated by us. And it's not a Western world thing. It's a human thing. Everybody wants
human,
it.
Yeah.
It's a
Everybody
human
wants
thing.
It.
Like you said, I think even though it's not innate in us as African parents, it's something you learn, not just for yourself, but for your children. Yeah. You need to learn it I remember when I first started hugging my son, I think, of course, when they were little, we always did hugging. But the typical boy gets to a point where no hugging. And then I said, we will hug. I think it was probably 13 or 14. I said, we will hug. The first time it was like I was hugging the hanger. We will hug. We will hug. And my daughter is a hugger. So she's like me, she's a hugger. So it was easy. And over time, the hugs just come freely. Yeah. You practice. Initially, it can be awkward.
Awkward, yeah.
And even the love you sometimes can be awkward. Like you dig your face when you say love, you're like, where did that one come from?
Exactly.
But you practice and it gets easier. And no one objects to a show of affection. No one. Everyone loves to be loved. And it takes practice. Yeah, so, Kelly, thank you so much for sharing this. And like you said, if you want the relationship with your children, then you have to put in the work because you win with relationships. I say to people, with what I've noticed over the years, your children are more likely to respond to you when they have a relationship with you, when they have a connection with you. They will do it because of the relationship and not because you shouted it or said it. If you have a relationship, like we're friends, there's something that if me and you are really tight friends, there's something that ordinarily you wouldn't do, but because I asked you, you do it. And that's the same thing with our relationship with our kids. Sure. There's only so much shouting and rules on hammering you can do. You win the most when you have relationship.
Yeah, true.
Thank you so much for me. For me, this has been insightful, and I hope everyone listening has it touches somebody. I pray it touches somebody, and we begin to see our relationship with our children differently. So I hope this episode, if it made you nod, if it made you laugh, or if it even made you rethink things, then I think my job here is done. Yeah. But please don't forget to subscribe, share with a friend, and come back for the next real conversation. Kelly, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. And I just hope this really changes a lot of life, because a lot of parents out there, a lot of children out there, they need to be helped.
Yeah.
And I hope they also win the same way I'm winning right now.
Yeah, you're definitely winning. I keep seeing the smile on your face as you're talking. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, bye.
And God bless. Bye.